and welcome back to another edition of On the Plus Side. The week has flown by, and I'm delighted this week to be joined by Michael from Olis. Michael was due to be with us at Islands Golf Cars in April, but as we know, it will happen. It's been delayed for a bit with a fantastic product. Michael, you're very welcome.
Sharon, thank you very much. Great to be here.
Very good, very good. So we're going to talk about your product anyway, because I have it here and I absolutely love it. The name of your brand, Michael, there's a story behind how that came about. Can you share that with us?
Yes, well, the name Olis, it comes from our children's names, Orla and Dennis. And it's also a play on the word oils, which we use a lot of natural oils as ingredients. But basically the name is, we like to, it's Irish and it's natural, so we wanted to bring our children into it. So that's where it comes from.
Very good, very good. So when you say we, it's a skincare brand, it's creams, it's lotions, it's potions, it's balms, there's hand sanitizer, there's so much. When you say we, is it a family-run business?
It's a family business. It's our own family business. We actually started off originally doing some products for livestock, and some of our creams, people were using themselves for moisturizers and for skin conditions. One in particular was so successful that excuse me, when we're doing the Olis range, we said we'll do a 100% natural version of that, and that's we call it a therapeutic cream. So people use that for eczema, psoriasis, and cuts and hacks. The two creams there, people would use the hydrating cream. People will use as a face moisturizer and a rejuvenate moisturizer. Both ladies and gentlemen would use as a moisturizer, hand and body, and moisturizer, and guys use as an aftershave. So the thing with the products is that they all tend to be multi-purpose, so they can be used in a variety of applications. You know?
That's really funny you could say that, because I actually noticed that without you saying that. Today I tried these out and I had some on my hands, and then I just ran my hands through my hair, and my hair's been really brittle, and I was just like, oh, that feels quite smoothing on the hair. So it's funny you say multi-purpose, because I definitely got that this morning. One thing I noticed this morning, my husband suffers with cracked hands. He's out on the farm a lot. He's you know, the tips of the fingers get split.
It's dried out and they're cracked and chopped. Extremely painful.
Yes, yeah, very, because it hits the nerves. But he's also been overusing the hand sanitizers during this time.
Yes.
And I put a bit on him today, and he was like, that's really good. So he was a witness to that today already. So that's very good. And there's not much smell out of them. They seem very natural. Is that important to Olis?
It is important. The hydrating cream, there's no fragrance, there's no essential oils added to it. So it's very neutral, and it's important that it's natural. Olis to us was 100% natural. And why we went 100% natural was that there are a lot of brands out there and to talk about being natural, but there's no standard natural. Organic is a standard. And the natural brands, there's all sorts of things mixed in that are kind of what you might call unpleasant, undesirable. Things like parabens and amines, triethylamine, that sort of thing, and silicones, dimethicone, you know. So there's a variety of ingredients that used. So we kind of said, well, natural is not a standard, but 100% is a standard. So that's why we said all is 100% natural skincare. And the fragrance, then where we use, we don't seek to imply a fragrance, but we use essential oils and they provide a lovely natural fresh fragrance. The hydrating cream has no essential oils, so it's just the natural oils in it. Some people don't like it, to be honest, because they like a nice sort of floral fragrance, and we're all different. But a lot of people have said to me, you know, I'm sick and tired of these face creams in particular, and there's this fragrance and it's sickening, you know, and of course it's alcohol based as well, and they don't like that. They just like the fact it's natural, it's simple, and it does what it says in the tin. It's a moisturizer.
Yeah, and like, to be honest, you're right, because you can use a certain body wash that would give you a smell, and then a body lotion will give you a smell. Your shampoo gives you a different smell. And then if you put perfume on that you actually like, all of them smells could clash, and they're just way too overpowering. I am so curious, Michael, when you said you were using your products on animals first, how? What happened?
What's happened? Well, like animals have needs as well. So like people with horses and with dogs and with cats, they'll think more of the animals than will of themselves, right? And so, and I suppose like so you use our cream, say, for cuts and wounds and scrapes and a variety of things, and they're used in cattle and sheep. And we've other products, we've products for ringworm and things like that. And we actually have a product that a lot of your neighbours down there will be using. We call it a fox repellent oil for lambs, right? So yes, we we have a broad range of things, you know. But it's people say to me, you know, I wouldn't use anything that you'd use on a cow or a horse. But cattle and horses drink water. That wouldn't stop us from drinking water, you know. So the creams, the ingredients in there are beneficial. They're natural. They're healthy. They're safe. So they work for cattle and livestock, and they work for people as well. You know,
Oh,
it's the
absolutely.
chemicals, you know, that's right.
Yeah, because one of the main brands of shampoos and conditioner, Mane and Tame, was actually a horse shampoo, and still is a horse shampoo first. And once the celebs started using it on their hair, it became, you know, good enough for a horse, good enough for us humans, you know. So I can absolutely see that link there. What is your background?
And my background is that I would have studied the sciences in UCD many moons ago. I've been involved in agriculture for a long number of years. And then it's a long story, and I followed a sheep with a niche on her head. I know it sounds stupid, but I was working with another company doing something similar, and that's where I learned a bit about, well, about creams and how people react to creams and what people are looking for when they're applying the cream, you know, in terms of absorbency and skin feel and fragrance and things like that, you know. So anyway, after about a year, we parted the ways, and I did a lot of research, and we formulated, I think, 4 products initially, and I don't know what we have now, maybe 15 different products now, you know, but some things lead to another, and then some things happen totally by chance, you know. So, and I say one of our original creams was used for livestock for cuts and wounds. I have people using it for sun damage, circulation, hemorrhoids, barking hands, the same cream for all of that. So when when we formulated our Rolls range back in 2015, we want to 100% natural version of that, you know, and another thing that struck us early on was that I don't think too many people are aware of this. Ladies that are pregnant are not supposed to use essential oils, right? And also small children under 4 shouldn't use essential oils. So that was one of the main reasons why our hydrating cream, in its genesis, we didn't use essential oils, because it was actually initially formulated for small children with dry skin, eczema, and that sort of thing. And then we were always looking for feedback from people that would meet at shows and events, whatever, because you learn from people's experiences. You know, that's the best guide, best educator. And many ladies were saying they were using hydrating cream as a face moisturizer. Since then, I've met ladies now that will say, you know, I love that cream. I've used all sorts of expensive brands and very expensive creams, and none of them absorbs or feels or works as well as that hydrating cream, you know?
Yeah. And that's the thing, it's not extortionate. I mean, I was looking on your website, you could pay, my background is I am an award-winning hair and makeup artist, so I know how much creams cost. Unfortunately, they can cost an arm and a leg, but you know, they're worth it. A good base for any makeup or anything, once you have a good base, then you can build from that. I was actually surprised how reasonably priced your products were.
Yeah, well, we're a small company, relatively unknown. So yes, I, like you, I'm well aware that there are brands out there, and I see so-called natural ones that I wouldn't let near my skin selling for a multiple of what we charge, you know. But I think it's a reasonable price, and we like people to buy it and to use it and to be happy that they're getting a product that they like and they're getting a good value as well.
Yeah, and your lip balm here, with the orange scented one here, that's essential oils in this, is it? To give the orange.
Yes, the orange essential oil is added to give it the orange fragrance. But the orange is antibacterial as well, so it's beneficial in that way, you know. But we
And
also use,
it
sorry?
actually leaves a good base. So you might not know this because I don't know if you wear lipstick or not.
Not really, I'm not a big one for lipstick.
Well,
Or the makeup.
okay, so today I wore my lipstick and I put the lip gloss over, or the lip balm over, which probably has no beneficial for cracked lips, but I don't have cracked lips
Yes,
today. But I put it over and it was just like a lovely, well, it tastes nice to start with, but it was a lovely lip gloss. So I
yes.
could see the multi-purpose for that because it gives a lovely shine, but it doesn't feel, it feels fresh. I don't know if that's the orange in it or why, but it feels fresh. It's not that kind of greasy feel. So why is it that my lips are not feeling like heavy or greasy after using it?
Well, I'd like to think it's the quality of the lip, and that's down to the quality of the ingredients. So mine are light ingredients, and as nearly everybody says to us, you only have to use a tiny little bit. It spreads, and unfortunately, that means it lasts forever. So people only have to buy it maybe once a year. But it's great with people coming back, you know, and saying, you know, it lasted so long. But it is there are light ingredients in there, and that's important because you don't need something that's heavy or greasy on your lips, and you do need ingredients that will absorb, give you absorbency, right? Therefore, they're acting in your skin, they're protecting, they're healing. And like the raspberry seed oil and the berry oil that gives the lip balm that nice sort of golden color, they're actually very natural sunscreens as well, you
Okay.
know. So it's very protective in that way also. So as I say, multi-purpose.
Very good, very good. I am just overwhelmed with them. I do think, especially during this time, we're kind of at home. For us women, maybe we're not wearing as much makeup, we're not dyeing our hair, we're giving ourselves a complete break. So now is the time to kind of renew ourselves, you know, with some products. And after trying them out today, and the price point's incredible, I would definitely go and check out the website and see what you can treat and pamper yourself to. How is COVID affecting your business, Michael?
COVID, in one sense, is a major downer for us because we would do a lot of events, both in Ireland and the UK, say the Ideal Homes shows, the horse show, the pound champions, all those major events and others, and they're all cancelled. And what we find is like we meet a lot of people that might not have heard of us, and like, you know, there's thousands of creams in the market, but we find when people sample our creams at events, and next thing turn around and say, "Oh, that's lovely," and you can see the reaction, you
Yeah.
know. And it's only really, you can see thousands of creams on Amazon and whatever, and you can buy them, but you don't really know what it's like until you have it in your hand and you put it in your skin, you
It's
know.
very
And
true because I saw that from my husband today. As I say, his hands are suffering at the moment, and he was like, "Oh wow, where'd you get that from? That's good stuff." You know,
yes,
so he knew, and he's tried every kind of lotion and potion, he really has, because he does suffer from the cracks at the tip of the fingers and they're sore, you know.
again,
Um,
yes, I know all about that because like I've been following a bit of farming all my life, and I always suffer from dry skin. And I remember when I was a youngster, my mother in Lord of Mercy used to have Vaseline intensive care lotion, and I'd go through bottles of the stuff, bottles of it, and it had little or no effect, you know. And then you go on, you do other things, and fish come across this, and yes, like the thing about it is you only have to use a little bit. But like I would meet guys and farmers and shows that like a lot of guys are not into creams. It's changing to a degree, all right, but a lot of guys are not into creams. But guys would say to me, almost immediately, about two different things. There's a nice fresh smell of that, see, and it doesn't leave the hands greasy. I can go off
yeah,
and do my work. And then I'll meet them again at a show. And the first day they might argue a bit over the price, as fellas will, particularly farmers, right? But they're the best. We're crack, we good crack. That's very important. But the next day, they might argue again, but it's only for a laugh. They want the cream. And then you know, or they'll just say, how much is a bottle of that? Give me a bottle. You know,
and
so
that's
you
it.
know.
It is, I can honestly say it's a product once you try would sell itself to you, definitely, and keep you coming back. That's amazing, Michael. Thanks so much for coming on and sharing your story with us. It's really interesting to see why people come up with ideas and the progression, I suppose, the organic growth of a business. I'll be putting in your link so people can head over and check you out. But as for now, thanks so much for talking to us today, and we will see you at Ireland's Got Curves soon as we can. And take care of yourselves. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Sharon. Please, God, look forward to seeing Ireland's Got Curves. And if anybody has any questions, all I have to do is send me an email or a message to the website, and I'll happily speak to them and help you as the best way I can.
That's great. Thanks a million. Guys, thanks so much for
Thank you.
tuning in with us. We will join you next week at 8 p.m. on Wednesday for more on the Plus Side. Take care.